Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Cinegeeks. It is Gavin I and Neville, my buddy. We're here to watch a movie called Born to Ride, a film released in 2011 starring Patrick Muldoon and Casper Van Dien. It involves two bikers who are on their way to Sturgis. Along the way, our two stars become involved loosely in a plot to blackmail a U.S. congressman with incriminating video evidence. It also stars William Forsythe as Jack Steele, a criminal who wants nothing more than to get this evidence back.
I have to wonder how they got William Forsythe to agree to be in this turd of a film. They must have had some sort of incriminating video evidence on him.
The film starts with our main character, Mike Callahan, being interviewed about his involvement in all these shenanigans. The film actually has two plots. One involves, exactly what you'd expect of this kind of movie. It's about two bikers on their way to Sturgis.
And these guys are about as convincing as hardcore bikers as I am. The other plot involves two doofus brothers who like to film businessmen in their hotel rooms and then use the incriminating video evidence to blackmail them.
The movie starts with the interviewer asking Mike Callahan about his involvement in everything. And he starts out by telling the interviewer about his completely irrelevant experience, getting ready for his bike trip.
This would be like if I saw an accident, and when the police asked me what I saw, I started telling them what I had for breakfast.
So, right after the trip begins, they notice a disturbance and stop by to help an old man getting mugged in an alleyway.
Wait, pause the clip. How did they see this man being beat up in this alleyway? There's a wall right here. The only reason they turned and went down this alleyway is because it was written in the script.
So, they manage to fight the attackers off, but in the whole incrementing, he gets stabbed. As they're waiting for the ambulance, the old man tells them that he was a Vietnam vet. This gives Mike an opportunity to bond with him, as he himself was in the military and his dad was also a Vietnam vet.
You act like you know what you're doing. Little train. Hey, Semper Fi. Cherry Point. You? San Diego. You serve Nam? Yeah, 2 tours. That's where I lost my leg. You would have been too young. Yeah, but my dad wasn't. He died there.
Because of this bond, Mike wants to escort the old man to the hospital once the ambulance arrives.
Then Alex starts acting like a complete jerk. He doesn't want to take the time out to take this old man to the hospital. He acts like they're on such a tight schedule, but all throughout the film they spend so much time just wasting time, the least of which is taking a couple of hours out of their day to help the old man to the hospital.
The next scene involves Congressman Clayton meeting up with Jack Steele as they undertake some shady business dealings.
They're also accompanied by two guys who seem like generic thugs of the week from an episode of Murder, She Wrote.
The next scene involves the bikers alongside the vet at his hospital bed. He gives them a bit of a sob story about how he was delivering a package with personal belongings and money to his daughter. He asks the bikers if they could just mail the package over to his daughter, with the address on the package itself. But then Captain America does him one better. He offers to personally deliver the package himself.
Of course you can imagine how Alex reacts to this.
Oh man, I just want to go to Sturgis, bro. Come on, man, Sturgis. Let's go to Sturgis. And in the next scene, they stop by Mike's mom's house, and she looks like she's their age. Like, for real, one more time, please stop the clip once more. I'm sorry. Her. She's supposed to be Mike's mother. Now, can we fact check this? How much older is that actress than Mike?
Well, according to IMDb, it looks like she's about 11 years older. Personally, I was disturbed by this too. I honestly thought they were there for a booty call.
Then Mike tells his mom that he's going to go to the Vietnam Memorial and get a pencil rubbing of his dad's name from the wall.
Then she tells Mike how she and his father really met.
We met at a party. I was so young.
Yeah, she was like 11. There's no way she could have raised a child with that age. She had to come up with some kind of BS story to keep her dad from kicking her out of the house.
Is it still stolen valor if the hoe you hooked up with at a party tells everyone that you were a Vietnam vet? So then Mike's mom tells Mike a story that implies that his dad was one of the guys from Easy Rider.
So what happened?
Well, he had to go to Deadwood with his riding partner, and he was going to be back in a couple of weeks. And we were going to get married, and then the next day on the radio, I heard 2 bikers were shot just outside the city, and
She tells him that he still owns his bike, and when the bike is revealed, it is indeed one of the bikes from Easy Rider.
So wait a second. This isn't exactly copyright infringement, but it's infringement of some sort.
After a long, drawn-out bike rebuild montage, we cut to the doofuses reviewing the tape of the congressman's shady dealings, and then they call to blackmail him.
After more pointless slow writing scenes, we cut to doofus number 1 going home, and Forsythe and his goons are there. One smacks him on the head, and he just kneels and leans his head forward.
Forsythe is really the best part of this movie. This right here is the best written and acted scene in the entire film.
Look, I don't have to tell you this, but you're gonna die tonight. Wait, don't talk. And I'm gonna let you choose how. Number 1, it's quick, it's painless, it'll only take a couple of seconds. You won't even know what happened. And number 2, I don't recommend number 2. Number 2 is a living nightmare of pain and degradation. Do you understand that?
I think they just scrapped the script for this scene and let Forsythe improvise, because it's much better than anything else in this entire film.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, in this scene, the thugs seem like total badasses, but trust me on this one, later in the movie, they are absolute buffoons.
Dino, give Gary a little taste of door number 2, would you?
Wait, please. Wait.
David, run! Run! Run!
So doofus number 2 flees and runs into a nearby bar where Mike and Alex just happen to be. Apparently he knows Alex, and he slips the tape into his bag.
The goons lose them, but later we're treated to a scene where they break down in the desert. Now, they suddenly seem like total buffoons, just like I said, and the background music even sounds cartoonish.
Hey, Dino, wait up! I could use a drink. Wait up! Dino! Dino!
It's honestly like they shot half the film and then took a break for a year or two, and then when they came back they forgot what type of film they were making and started making a comedy.
Yeah, I completely agree. Actually, the most damning example of that's right here in this scene. The goons go to some sort of Native American reservation looking for water. They complain about having to pay $10 for a small bottle, but then they just waste it. They just pour it on their faces and down their shirts instead of actually drinking it.
Next we see another poorly shot scene where they pick up a hitchhiker. This character is completely pointless, but she does provide a little comedy later when she tells Alex that the bike's vibration has a special effect on her.
When we were on the road today, I couldn't help but notice the vibrations of your bike were having a special effect on me.
And his response is confusion.
What do you mean?
Pee-wee Herman's got more game than this guy.
And what bad movie would be complete without some shitty continuity errors? In another scene that showcases the skills of the director, at one point the goons have a flat tire. They change the tire to a temporary spare, but in the very next scene, it's a normal rim.
This scene also shows how incompetent these hitmen are. Mike and Alex don't even know they're being pursued, and they still can't catch them. They just ride by like nothing's up while these thugs point guns at them. They're totally oblivious. These guys are incompetent.
The hitmen take off after them and cut off this lovely lady, and she decides to teach them a lesson. She has another trucker slam on their brakes, and then they pin them between their two trucks.
Then we're treated to another bit of comedy, where while being roughed up, the main thug says this.
Oh, you're not like one of those rope rangers, are you?
Comedy gold, right?
These guys are supposed to be badasses, and they just stand there and get roughed up. At one point, you even see one of the guys' guns, but they do nothing and let the truckers beat them up and crash their car.
Later, the bikers get into a bar fight while playing pool. Again, what does this have to do with the story about the congressman?
A woman who seems to be with the guys they're fighting storms in with a shotgun and just robs the place. She also takes the veteran's package from Mike's bag. Great job, Mike. Maybe FedEx would have done a better job.
Then it cuts back to Mike's interview, and then a scene where the goons meet with them to get the tape, and they shoot Alex. The interviewer says,
Is that what really went down?
And then Mike says,
You crazy? We called the cops.
so he just made the whole thing up. The only interesting bit, and the only interaction they have with the guys that are trying to kill them, and he was just screwing with the interviewer and wasting his time. If I was the interviewer, I would be totally pissed. Throughout the entire interview, Mike tells an irrelevant story about his bike trip, and when the story gets good, he's just making crap up.
oh, hey, Neville, no, it's okay. He makes up for all that bullshit by just telling him about a completely irrelevant fundraising event. But not just any fundraising event, One that takes place on the side of the road with only about 10 to 12 people. They pass around a helmet to collect money for the veteran's daughter, and it looks like they only give out singles, so if we do the math right, that's about $10 to $12 at best. Yeah, for real, Mike, next time, try FedEx.
Mike then takes the package to the veteran's daughter, and she invites him in for coffee. He cracks a bit of a smile and then walks in, because unlike Alex, he knows what's up. Bow chicka wow wow.
With the interview complete, it's revealed that Mike is a stuntman in a movie. Ironically, the acting in the fake movie seems better than most of the acting throughout the film.
Mike does a lame stunt where he jumps a bike through a window, and the glass breaks long before he even hits it. Then Alex tells him he's got reservations for Sturgis, and the credits roll over some crappy VH video quality footage of Sturgis. Wow, Sturgis looks lame.
The names have been hidden to protect the innocent.
Wait, we didn't blur the name of the director.
He's not innocent, buddy. He needs to be held accountable.
And that was Born to Ride, a craptastic movie through and through. So, if you liked our review, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe.
We have several bad movies we intend to review, but if you have some favorites, just comment and let us know what you'd like us to watch.
And until next time, we're the Cinegeeks!
I'm not going to the hospital, man.
Schedule.
I'm going to Sturgis, bro.